So I mentioned how my Mega Man 4 that I got and my Metroid NES games are not reading. So I was actually gonna go ahead and I was just gonna clean all of my NES games, the ones that aren't reading. So these are the ones that actually are. They work first try as soon as I pop them in the NES, and then I have a lot more that aren't reading. So not only am I going to clean these NES games, but I figured, fuck it, let's clean the NES. So I'll show you how to do that. You can find many people who have done this on the internet who probably can do it better than me, but yeah. Alright, we're gonna flip this son of a bitch over. Son of a bitch! So in the back of the NES, there's 6 screws that you're gonna want to get out. There's one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm just gonna pop, you can squeeze that and just pop that out. I'm gonna put the screws in there. So I'll get these off. Okay, that took me a stupid amount of time. So I can tell that this NES has never ever been opened before because, boy, it took me a while to pop the seal on those screws, and I got them all here now, the magnets. Oh my god, that was so fucking annoying. Alright, so let's take that. And this. Okay, so this part, this is how the games load. So you'll see around here that there's a bunch of screws. So we're gonna remove those. Ooh, wish me luck. Now I'm gonna like show you guys, like maybe you can even pick this up through the sound. I'm just gonna pop it. Do you hear that? How fucking old that is? Man, that has never ever been taken out. Yes, I have purple tools. I don't give a shit. If they work and they're cute, then fine. Alright, screws are out, so let's pop this motherfucker off. Alright. So now we're gonna take, I'm gonna take the screws off of this. Yeah, and if you didn't know this, so all the screws on the outside and on the inside are all the same, aside from this silver screw here. So this one's going to be longer. It's also silver, so I'm gonna keep that one separated from these. But these are all the same, so that's pretty nice. See how they're a little bit longer than the others. So keep those separate. Yeah, I said that there was one. There's actually 2 on both sides. So the second hole right there, that's where the silver screws are. And you want to make sure that you put the silver screws back in there because they actually like strap everything down to the NES. But let's get this son of a bitch off of here. Son of a bitch! So this is the mechanism for when you put the game in. So we'll set that aside for right now. And this is the actual NES itself. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to pop this son of a bitch off of here. Son of a bitch! So I'll just manhandle it a little bit and it pops right off. So this, I'm gonna give a nice clean. It actually doesn't look that bad. Right, never mind, I just blew some air into this thing and it just like filled the whole room with dust. So never mind, I think that might be the issue. Alright, so I cleaned this son of a bitch off a little bit. Son of a bitch! Honestly, there's not that much I need to do. So that kind of concerns me a bit. So this right here, this is where the pins fit in. So since this has never ever seen the light of day, especially because I know that those screws are never undone, I'm gonna clean this off with some rubbing alcohol and some Q-tips on both sides. So hopefully that'll do something. It did get some gunk off of that, so that's great. Yeah, alright, it's getting some junk off, so I'm gonna wipe it down with the dry side. Oh, it's getting some gunk off on that side too. Awesome. Yay. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. It's definitely got some darker spots to that, so that's awesome. Okie dokie, I cleaned both sides. Let's get this son of a bitch back on. Son of a bitch! So if it's upside down like this, you can even tell, like, it just doesn't quite, like, look right. So it needs to go on this side. And you just gotta kind of manhandle this a little bit. Make sure it goes on the right way. There we go. Awesome. Perfecto! So let's get all these screws back in. So you gotta make sure that it goes underneath of here. So I'm gonna lift this up a little bit. Hook that underneath. Yay! Alright, cool. So let's screw everything back in. Alright, and I did everything right because I got 6 screws left, so yay! Let's pop this motherfucker back on. Flip that son of a bitch over. Son of a bitch! Yay, it's done! Cool beans. It's all back together. I didn't tighten the screws as much as they originally were. So hopefully if I ever need to open this son of a bitch back up son of a bitch! In the future, it won't be as much of a pain. Alright, let's clean the games! So there's 3 things that you'll need to clean your games. Well, 4. You need the game, obviously. You'll need some rubbing alcohol, which I recommend getting something closer to 100. This is all that Giant had, so the problem with getting something that's lower is that it's going to have water in it. So I'm going to make sure that I dry the fuck out of this game before I close it up, because I don't want any water in there. You'll also need some Q-tips, which I have a big box. And the last, and probably the most important if you want to open up the game, is a Nintendo screwdriver. This is a very specific screwdriver that works for NES, SNES, and N64 games to pop them open. So I also have this little extra thing to help me get these off, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up. So it has these little plastic pin things on the top, so all you need to do is just kind of open it up like that. If you get a 5-screw one, it'll have 2 screws up here instead of these plastic pins. Those are more rare, but yeah. So this is Mega Man 4. That's the game right there. So these little pins down here, I'm gonna clean these on both sides with some rubbing alcohol. So I'll get started. Alright, now like I said before, since mine isn't close to 100% of just rubbing alcohol, I'm going to try to dry this off with a dry cotton swab to make sure that there's no extra moisture in there. You don't want any kind of corrosion. Alright, let's pop that motherfucker back in. Should just kind of fit in like a puzzle piece. If it doesn't, then you probably have it the wrong way. I'm gonna do that, and I'll screw those back in. Okay, so for right now, I just put 1 screw in, and then I'll put the other 2 in once I make sure that this actually works. Alright, so I got my NES plug back in. Let's pop this son of a bitch in there. And moment of truth. Look at that! Yo! That wasn't working at all before. That's fantastic. Alright, I can take that sticker off there now. So let me show you an example of an NES game that is not working, like my Metroid game. This game I haven't gotten to work yet. Well, maybe since I cleaned the NES it will. It is working, so I needed to clean that NES. Huh, I might still clean out Metroid, but that's awesome. Simon's Quest was not working earlier. Let's try that one now. Okay, so that one still isn't working. So you can see a game that just needs to be cleaned and what that looks like. It'll just kind of flash this bad screen. So let's go ahead, let's clean this one out so I can show you how it will change, hopefully. So if y'all are curious with how often I do this with my games, I do it, I would say about every year and a half, every 2 years with my NES games, just because after a while, especially because I only have 3 dust covers for the NES ones, they just start to get dirt in them and they don't work after a while. So just to kind of give them like a little doctor checkup. But yeah, this just makes sure that my NES games will stay good for many, many years if I'm taking care of them. Alright, Simon's Quest. Let's clean this son of a bitch. So just opening up this and just looking at it, this one does look dirty on here, so don't really know how that happened when it's just kind of been sitting in my closet. I probably got this one right after I had last cleaned my NES games, and I'm assuming that it probably was working last time, so it's just been accumulating dust over the past, I guess, 2 years. Yeah, ooh, you can see that. Yep, just dirty. Yay! Simon's Quest, one of the best games on the NES. Boo says sarcastically. Oh my fucking god. This thing is nasty. The most disgusting game that I have ever had to clean is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which actually is one that isn't working right now. That game, when I opened it up, was fucking black on the inside. It was absolutely horrendous. I'm assuming it was either it belonged to a family before me that had a really disgusting child, or it belonged to a family of smokers. That's what I can think. It's kind of like, I guess I could compare, like, taking care of these as, like, taking care of vinyl records. You know, if a vinyl record gets warped or gets dirt on it over the years, then you just gotta take care of it. So. Alright. What a shitty game, but we're gonna see if it'll work. Actually, from what I've played of Simon's Quest, it's been okay. It's not the worst game I've ever played. That trophy goes to The Last of Us 2. Alright. Moment of truth. Yeah! Alright! It's not even glitchy. Fuck yeah. See, it works, right? It's funny, because it even says on the back of every single Nintendo NES cartridge, do not clean with, alcohol. But it totally fucking works, so fuck it. And that's how I clean my shit. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment. I love the comment section. Subscribe if you'd like. Bye. Kitty.